Hello friends. I think we are live. I think we are live. We are. Yes, we are. We very much are live here in front of Futako Tamagawa station, my local neighborhood, where I just had dinner with my wife and daughter at a pretty nice sushi restaurant up here. We had a kind of early dinner tonight, which means that I can stay out and stream a little bit longer. So today has been a kind of weird day because the weather was really bad, or like not really bad, but kind of it was raining on and off all day and it was very gray and boring. But actually now it's kind of clearing up a little bit, and I think we have a few nice hours to look forward to while I'm walking to Chofu, which is one of the fancier neighborhoods in Tokyo. One that I did walk to once before, but that was like one of my first streams, I think, so close to a year ago. And if I remember correctly, we had tons of technical issues on that walk as well. So yeah, I think tonight will be better. I think it's gonna be nice. I've been looking forward to this walk all day because I've mostly been sitting on my butt at home playing with my daughter, which of course is a lot of fun as well, but yeah, makes me want to go out and get a little bit of exercise as well. You looked it up and that stream was 720p. Yeah, a long time ago. And I also notice now that the horizon is quite not straight, but maybe that's okay. It's not so bad, right? Weather report. Yes, let's weather. It is 22 degrees and mostly cloudy. Sun will set pretty much now. And what else? We do have 80% humidity. Yeah, it's been a humid day. Certainly felt like a very humid day today. But now it's actually feeling a little bit chilly with that high humidity and not super high temperature. So let's hope I won't regret my pink shorts today. Very wet air, yeah. It's like a wet blanket wrapped around your soul. That's what 80% humidity feels like. So I will mostly follow the Tama River today, walk on the river banks, as well as through some like local residential neighborhoods. So the walk to Dawn Chofu is mostly like, yeah, very quiet areas. But I think it will be nice.
And I was like really caught off guard because it was like what?
So yeah, we're really on the brink of rainy season. It will kick off seriously this week. So we have kind of rainy weather all week, but you never really know to what extent. Like today it's just been like a bit of a drizzle every now and then, on and off. Other days it's like really heavy downpour, which is less comfortable. Wow, already 250 people. Welcome everyone. If there are any new viewers out there, please read the FAQ, which is linked in the video description. That answers a lot of commonly asked questions. So please start there, and then you are more than welcome to join the chat. I guess I will walk through Rice again. I do that very often, but it's also usually quite nice. And the side streets here are frankly quite boring, so yeah. And yes, just like Jenny says, pressing the like button is a great way to show your support. So please do that if you haven't already. How was the city pop? Oh, sorry, I did not have time to listen to that. We've been basically today, we've just been listening to Kings of Convenience on repeat all day. Like I just switched it on in the morning and it was just running constantly all day. It was just the background music. I didn't really think about it. But I will check out, you sent me a link, right? I will check it out, Faris. Not Pinks of Convenience, Kings of Convenience. They're one of my favorite bands. Highly recommend them if you haven't already. And speaking of that, I actually started updating my playlist, my Spotify playlist, which is available to all my Patreon supporters. If you're new on Patreon and you haven't seen it yet, you might have to scroll back quite a bit, but I will make a new post with a link to the playlist again. So I think I added about 10 new songs to it. So yeah, that's another one of all the perks that my Patreon supporters get access to. Oh yeah, they just finished building this beer garden, which it looks like it's not open tonight. But I guess maybe it's, I don't know. They usually have this every summer, which is quite nice, but I'm not sure. Maybe they're waiting until the... So no, they're not allowed to sell alcohol right now. But the state of emergency will be lifted in a few more days. Then I guess they will open again. You will, Aman. Good, nice. Yeah, you're really an audiophile. Must sound very nice, yeah, in high quality. If there's any talk of extending the state of emergency, no, not really, not that I have heard. But I don't know what's gonna happen actually, because I think it's not a good thing to lift it, to be honest. So yeah, sun has just set, so from here on it will get dark pretty quickly. So, and as you can see, the sky is a little bit gloomy, but there are quite a few gaps as well in the clouds, and some nice colors showing up here. So I think once we get further down the park here, we will have a nice little river view. Also, let me know, it feels like the gimbal is pretty Like it's not straight at all. Should I correct it, or is this okay? Let me know what you think. Of course, also during tonight's walk there will be a beer break at some point. Hope you don't get another copyright strike. I don't think so. Did we pass some music? Actually, copyright strike is something different. Copyright strike that's like the serious thing that you can get on YouTube when you really copy someone else's content. That's kind of different from when you have like copyrighted music in the video. Then you don't get like a warning or anything like that. It's more like that your advertising income will be shared with the copyright holders. Don't fall to the left. Yeah, it makes me a bit dizzy when it's not straight. Let me see, how bad is it? It is pretty bad. Okay, I will adjust it. The stream might die for a few seconds, but it will be back very soon. Okay, I think we're back now, right? Yes, looks like me. Looks like it. No, I was adjusting the gimbal and that messes up things. I usually do that before the stream, but today I was running a bit late and I didn't have time to do that. Nikotama means two eggs. Nikotama, if you translate it literally, but it also, like, Tamagawa is the name of the river down here, and Futako is the name of the neighborhood, so that's why it's Futako Tamagawa. Totemo kirei, arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, I knew it. It was gonna be a very nice evening tonight. I had a hunch. At some point I need to walk over here as well, up on this hill. I've never been there, and it looks like it's full of really fancy houses and apartments. I should explore that area a little bit sometime. Did we do a weather check? Yes, we did, but we can do it again. We can do another one for those of you who arrived late. It is still 22 degrees and mostly cloudy. And 81% humidity. Wow, humidity increased with 1% since last time.そうですね。Tamagawaの漢字はちょっとおかしいね。なんか2つ書き方があるんですね。There's two different ways of writing Tamagawa with kanji. So like the way when you usually write the river name, you use one kanji, but in the name Futako Tamagawa, they actually used a different kanji. So yeah, that's really confusing. yeah, some really nice sky over here. Let's go down to these wonderful stairs and look at the sky. Wow, there's some really hardcore audiophiles in the chat now. I don't even understand what you're talking about, but it sounds very advanced. So yeah, here you can see the river and the bridge with the train. That's the Intoshi line, the one that connects a pretty significant part of Kanagawa prefecture to Shibuya in downtown Tokyo. Nice horizon, yeah. This is always a nice place. This is always a nice place. It's a little bit like, man, it's very nice. I enjoy walking here, but it's a little bit boring to walk along the river for the stream, I think. Because there's really not that much going on, and at this time of the day it looks a bit bland maybe. So I think I will walk through residential streets instead of the riverside. The river would have been great if I was walking in that direction, where we have the beautiful sky, but in this direction it's just kind of dark and gloomy. And that over there, I keep mentioning this every time I pass this area, but that's Musashi Kosugi, where I walked, what was it, last week? 2 weeks ago now. I walked over to those high-rise buildings over there. But that time I walked on the other side of the river. That's the Kawasaki side over there. Now we are on the Tokyo side of the river. But it's really funny, like an apartment there in that building is probably half the price compared to one here on this side. It's a big price gap between living on the Kawasaki side and living on the Tokyo and Setagaya side, which we are currently on. Always enjoy these high rises and dramatic sky. I notice in Japanese walking videos there's hardly anyone listening to music in headphones. Really? Most of the people wear headphones, like on the subway, and there's a lot of people with headphones on the streets here. So I don't know exactly. But yeah, most people wear like discreet earbuds. You don't see people with like big chunky over-ear headphones on the streets in Japan. Maybe that's what you mean. A bit overcast sky, yeah, but it's like it's the best it's been today, because it was very cloudy all day today. Whenever you have to press the button, I always, I'm so used to these things being automatic, so I never notice when I actually have to click or press. But yeah, you see people with like AirPods all the time here in Japan, but not so often the big chunky ones. Any chance you'll be doing another Yokohama stream? Yeah, I definitely. I really enjoyed that walk a lot. I need to go back and shoot that same walk, but in 4K HDR, because it was so beautiful. And so yeah, I really hope I can go there again. But I think now it's mostly gonna be up to the weather. Actually, tomorrow I have all day. Tomorrow we will hire a babysitter, so tomorrow I will be able to shoot all day, but it looks like the weather is going to be kind of bad. And when the weather is bad, it's basically all you can do is shoot evening videos. Daytime videos won't look very interesting. People in Toronto don't use headphones, they just play it. Oh, that's the worst. Sometimes I see people doing that in Sweden too. It just blows my mind. How selfish can you be? That's like one of the good things about living in Japan. People would never play their music out loud on the subway here. And if they did, everybody would think that they were idiots. So yeah, a part of this walk, I guess, will be a little bit of a duplicate of the one I did a few nights ago when I walked to Jugaoka. If I'm near Tama station, then in Chofu. No, now I'm near Futako Tamagawa station. So then in Chofu is like an hour to the east from where I am right now. So but I will pass near Tamagawa station. Yes, I will. But maybe, yeah. Earlier I just pointed out like I want to go up this mountain and check out that area. Why not do that now? I don't think I've ever actually walked up this hill. It's pretty steep uphill and I will probably lose my breath, but hopefully it will be worth it. $400 viewers now. Welcome everyone. Welcome and thank you. If there are any new viewers, please check out the FAQ in the video description. Then you are more than welcome to join us in the chat. But yeah, please read the FAQ first. It's in the video description under the video. This is a steep hill, but with some pretty nice houses that I'm sure has a great view.そうですね、関東は今週梅雨に入ると思います。関西はもう入りましたよね。Okay, now I need to pull down my mask. At least there's no people around. So yeah, I don't think I've actually been here before. Interesting. Some houses are pretty intimidating. My leg's shadow was on the wall. Oh yeah? my legs. The famous Tokyo Explorer legs. Or this is a nice street with a nice sky. Let's capture it just for the heck of it. There we go. Is it 6:15? No, it's a 7:15 here in Japan right now. Model legs, yeah. These good old modeling legs. They still serve me quite well. Maybe thanks to all these walks. Ah, okay, so now we're actually in Kaminoge. It's the name of this neighborhood. So we're not in Futako Tamagawa anymore officially. This looks also like a pretty fancy and expensive residential complex. Looks kind of humble, but knowing Tokyo, those kind of apartments are usually very expensive.そうですね、高級な住宅街ですね。この辺多分結構高いと思います。静かだし。Super quiet. Let me actually check a map because I'm a little bit confused as to how to walk from here. I'm not sure if we can walk up this way. We shall soon find out. This is like the highway entrance, so we may not be able to cross here. Maybe. Yeah. Don't want to get hit by a car. But let's see if we can get a bit of nice view from up here. Oh, it's a dead end. But yeah, here's one of the main highways. So again, that's Kanagawa down there on this side. But we can't pass here, so we need to go down and then to the right. Interesting, yeah. This was a new, even though I live pretty close to here, I've never been up on this hill before, so interesting to see what it was actually like. But now we need to head down again, I guess. Thank you, Gamer Pro. How much would a 2-story house cost here? Well, the thing with buying property in Japan, if you're talking about houses, is really that the house, like usually the cost is the land. Then whatever money you have left after paying for the land, that's what you use for the house. And your budget will determine the quality and size of the house. But generally, like used houses, unless they're like very, very well built and or like made by some famous architect, houses are not so expensive. It's the land that you're paying for. And I would guess that a plot of land big enough to put, a humble house like this around here would probably cost you just for the land, you would probably pay $1 million or more around here. It's my guess, but that's just a guess. But like, for example, in those high-rise towers that we passed in the earlier of this stream, like a 70 square meter apartment there costs over $1 million, over like 100, is it 100 million yen? Yeah. Yeah, land prices around here are pretty steep. Especially up on that hill, I'm guessing that it would be very expensive. As we walk further this direction, we will get further and further away from the train station, and it will get cheaper and cheaper, because the distance to the nearest train station is a very big factor in land prices. Okay, I think we managed to cross this highway. And again, like if you're looking on the opposite side of this river, then land prices would probably be like a quarter compared to the neighborhood we just passed. So people here care a lot about the address, like basically the address that you put on your business card or your resume is very important. So people pay a lot more to have like the right name on the address, and having like, you know, Setagaya, which is one of the more well-regarded parts of Tokyo, as your address, is way more attractive than living in Kawasaki, which is kind of a low status address. I think now as well we are passing through areas and streets that I've never walked before. How nice. Yeah, uncle lives around here. Nice. Congratulations to your uncle. He must be a successful man. What's this? A little restaurant? Cafe? Ooh. AB Cafe. Nice. I need to come here, check out. Quite nice. How many kilometers do you walk making these lives? People always ask that. And then like next to this did we get a bit of jonks? Yes, we did. I think we're back. Just a moment, folks. Yeah, I think we're back now, right? We're back. We're back. Yeah. Fancy addresses, but poor internet connection in this neighborhood. Sorry about that. It happens. Still see a bit of dramatic sky. That's the Futako Tamagawa buildings over there. Connection is back. Yes, we lost like half of the viewers. Let's hope they find their way back as well. I don't know if you saw, someone asked how much I walk. I don't know if that's when my connection died, but I'll show you again. So this is the kind of distance that I walk every day as a professional walker. You want to know how much people earn rather than the cost of living somewhere. I would say there's a pretty wide salary gap. Some people in Tokyo earn like 200,000 yen per month, which is $2,000. Some earn 2 million yen. But I would say someone with a decent job in my age, which is almost 40, would probably be earning around 500,000 yen per month or so. Something around that, like an annual salary of 5-6 million yen would be a pretty decent job. Yeah, I wonder if I should add a time and weather overlay in Streamlabs. Right, people always ask. Good job, but no socialize. No, not 5 million per month. 5 million per year would be kind of like a kind of decent, not amazing, but also not bad annual salary, I would say. I don't know this. You can find, like, you can Google like median salary Japan or median salary Tokyo. Because Tokyo is quite different from the rest of Japan, as everything is more expensive here, but salaries are also higher here. Back on very quiet streets. And look, can you see this cone? It's a very lonely cone in front of what looks like an abandoned house. That little technical hiccup really did cost me half of the viewers. It was like 500, now it's like 300. Do you think average income people in Tokyo are virtually poorer than those in other areas of Japan? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because you can live relatively cheap even in Tokyo. Even if you're just earning like, 200,000 yen per month, which is very low. You can still, of course you're not going to have a glamorous, luxurious life, but you can find a place and you can, get your expenses covered with that kind of money. So it really depends, what kind of lifestyle you crave and need in order to be happy more than anything. Is what I would say. I mean, when I was a student here, I was surviving on less than 200,000 yen per month, and I was enjoying my life. Of course, I was young, and I didn't really mind living in, a shared apartment with others. But other than that, I didn't feel poor. I went out eating, drinking whenever I wanted, and I I had lots of fun. I just, instead of going to fancy bars, I was drinking on parking lots with my friends and or in the park, and we were going to cheap bars where you could buy a beer for 500 yen, and that's probably like still the same places I would go today, even though today I do enjoy splurging with a cocktail at the Park Hyatt every once in a while as well, but I wouldn't say that that's something I need in order to be happy. It's just a nice little bonus. But I think the same goes for a lot of places, although my impression is that you're like, if you are on the lower end of the income scale in a city like New York or London, I feel like you would have a harder time than if you're on that part of the income scale here in Tokyo. Looks a bit scary. No, this is Tokyo. This is not scary. This is nice. I enjoy night walks in quiet neighborhoods like this always. But yeah, if this was, I don't know, outskirts of Paris or London or New York, I would maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know. I never lived in any of those cities, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Japan's economy is shrinking, and so is the population, and that's not good for the future of Japan. But right now, those things are not super noticeable in Tokyo, or well, kind of they are, I guess. It's getting harder and harder for young Japanese people to find like a stable job with a good salary. More and more people are stuck in like these kind of temporary contracts and part-time contracts. So it is noticeable. But you don't really see it if you're visiting, unless you like really dig deeper under the surface. And this looks like a pretty awesome convenience and liquor, Ikedaya. Never been here before, but I will definitely buy myself a beer here. Oh, wonderful. They have a solid selection of interesting beers. Wonderful. Should we get the Lucky Cat, maybe? I like cats. Let's look at this. Oops. Lucky Cat. 5%. Lucky Brewer is your friend. Yeah, let's get this one. Or no, sorry, I changed my mind. This one really looks interesting. Let's get this one instead. Nagahamo IPA.
No ままで。はい。328円です。お預かりしました。 円のお財布です。ありがとうございます。
Wonderful. I have never passed this shop before, but it was a very nice old school Japanese liquor shop with a pretty impressive beer selection. Yeah. If I can buy Swedish candy, salty licorice. No. Maybe I can at the vending machine in at the Swedish embassy. They have a vending machine with some weird Swedish sweets and snacks like that. But I think that's probably the only place where I would be able to find Swedish candy. So it looks like the number of viewers has recovered somewhat from our little technical hiccup a while ago. When do you think Japan will allow tourists to return? I don't know. Oh, look at the moon. That's a nice little moon. I don't know. I've always been very negative and kept saying like next year at the earliest, but now there's some talk about that they might start introducing the vaccine passports. So if you live in a country where you can get one of those, I wonder what this is. Like this area, I actually have no idea where I am. This looks like a restaurant. So yeah, maybe if you have a vaccine passport you might be able to get in here sooner, but I don't know, nothing is clear yet. Are you native Japanese? No, I am not Japanese. Please read the FAQ in the video description for my background, who I am, where I'm from, and what I'm doing in Japan. We're lost. Yeah, we are lost. I'm pretty sure I never passed here. What's the address? Okay, we're in Noge. Setagaya Noge Yubinkyoku. So this is the post office. And Noge. Those two last kanji there. That's the name of this neighborhood. But Noge is pretty big in terms of geographical size. So I think we should be pretty close to Todoroki as well, if we haven't really passed, if we haven't already passed it. Let me check the map. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're very close to the Todoroki ravine right now, actually. Maybe the ravine is here. I'm not sure. Let's see, what else are you saying? Is the medical system in Japan any different? Different from where? You know, my viewers are from all over the world, so it's good if you can specify what you're comparing it with. But I don't know, even if I knew, even if you're American or Swedish or whatever, I don't know. I mean, the Japanese medical system is generally quite good. That's all I know. There's, you know, everybody needs to have a health insurance. If you're employed, you'll get it through your job. If you're self-employed like me, you have to pay for it yourself. Well, you have to pay for it if you're getting it through the job as well, but then your employer pays half of it. I'm self-employed, so I pay 10% of my income every year, give or take, for my health insurance. but that covers any medical care I would need, except 30%. 30% I have to pay out of my own pocket, up to a certain limit. I don't know exactly how much that limit is, but yeah. But yeah, Japan often gets praise for its relatively well organized and accessible healthcare system. I think compared to the US it's way more affordable here, but the US is kind of extreme, it seems. ちょっと高級なところかな。そうですね、この辺もちょっと高級かな。このマンションもちょっと高級っぽい。ここどこだろうね。多分ね、そうですね、多分この上は轟駅の方と思います。だからここに渡ってまたこの住宅街に通りましょう。We have free health system in the UK. Yeah, same in Sweden. So to me, the Japanese system is pretty expensive. But I know that Sweden and UK and a handful of other countries where healthcare is essentially free, or at least you don't really see the costs on your hospital bill. Those countries are pretty rare on a global scale, but yeah, having to pay 10% of my... Basically it's like a tax here. It's a healthcare tax, 10% of your annual income. Megurodori desu ne. Ah, so ka. This is Megurodori. Oh, I need to press. No, I did not need to press. Great. So that way down there is Tamagawa again. So I think that high rise that you see at the end, that's probably in Kawasaki. Yay, we passed 500 people. Excellent. 500 people. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. 500 people and I think one super chat. Interesting. But yeah, welcome everyone. And if there are any new viewers, welcome to my channel. I usually go on random walks all over Tokyo and other parts of Japan almost every day. Tonight we're doing a night walk in some quiet upscale residential neighborhoods in the south of Tokyo. If you enjoy that, you will most likely enjoy other streams I do as well, so make sure to like and subscribe. If you really like my videos, you can consider joining me on Patreon, which is the best way to support me financially, and it will also give you access to Patreon only stream, which I started doing a bit more regularly. So in those streams you get to know me a little bit better, you get to see what I look like, and it's just a very awesome little group of people that I always enjoy hanging out with. So yeah, if you think that's for you, the link is in the video description. したか。日本語学校行きました。最初日本に来た時に1年間日本語学校に行きました。それはもう10年以上前ですけど。And let's see if we can find somewhere to sit down. So that's also for those of you who are new to my channel. Usually during my walks I tend to take a beer break somewhere where I sit down for a while, and then I can focus a little bit more on the chat and answer any questions that you might have. So I just got myself a interesting beer 10 minutes ago. So let's see if we can find somewhere to sit down and drink that. Ah, thank you, Indy Ferne. Thank you. That's the beer money. At least half of it. Thank you. So it's super quiet around here. So quiet here. Maybe I need to whisper. Maybe I need to turn this into an ASMR video. Whisper when I'm walking on the streets of Tokyo. Would you like that? Should I whisper more in my videos? Please, no ASMR. They're getting mixed messages. Some of you seem to enjoy it, others not so much. Maybe I should start a second channel, ASMR Explorer. After each regular stream, I walk the same route back and I whisper. Would you make Midnight Scary live walk? Well, there's nothing scary in Tokyo, so I don't know how I could make a scary video. Beer がぬるくなるのねえ。まあまだ結構冷たいけど、まだそんなに暑くないから大丈夫。So, let's see. We are indeed slowly but surely approaching Chofu. So that's good. Also, let's see if there's some little park or something around here. Doesn't look like it. There's a temple coming up soon. They might have somewhere to sit down. But we'll find something sooner or later. Let's see. What else are you saying? Can you see? Wait. You see the moon? A moonlit night walk in Tokyo. Let's see, I think the temple is here, but yeah, I see a graveyard. It's not exactly the place you want to sit down and drink a beer. Oh, nice! That's Musashi Kosugi arriving over there. I always like the skyline of Musashi Kosugi. Creepy graveyard. I don't think graveyards are particularly creepy though. Let's see, I think maybe up here is the temple. Let's see if we can. It's very dark though. It's not really a place where I wanna. Okay, that was scary. Some sort of flying insect just came and almost crashed into my face. That's probably the scariest thing that has happened to me on stream. My pulse is actually quite high right now. It sounded like a bumblebee or a wasp or something. Could you hear it? Could you hear that insect? Yeah, that kind of scared me. So no, I'm not gonna go back here. Moonlit temple entrance. You heard that bug? Wow. Yeah. No, let's find a place that at least has a few street lights for my beer break. Maybe down here. Maybe down this way. Oh, here's also the temple. Oh, but this is nice. Okay, I did not know this. This temple actually has a pagoda. And with the moon. Wow, okay, this is nice. This is a thumbnail. That's the thumbnail photo here. Let me just see. Here we go. Might wanna try get a little bit closer. Yeah, I mean, I did not know that there's a pagoda here. I really definitely want the moon in the frame as well. Something like this. Getting like weird reflections from the street light next to me though. Not super easy composition wise, this place. I wish I had a wider, better lens than just my iPhone. And it's so dark, so I cannot use the ultra wide on the iPhone because it's gonna just look every make everything look really bad. I think the first one was best. Let me show you. This might work as a thumbnail. すごいね。知らなかった。こういう立派なお寺がこの辺にある。知らなかった。かっこいいね。Take another photo here. Okay, let's go. ね、素敵なお寺ですね。全然知らなかった。あんなところこの辺あった。すごいね。I didn't know that there was a place like this around here. If I would do a thumbnail gallery on Patreon, yeah, actually that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I guess I should share those with you. The thing with the thumbnails is that, you know, I think they look okay as thumbnails on YouTube, but whenever you look at them in like full size, yeah, you definitely see that they are smartphone photos with relative low quality. But still, yeah, why not? I should share them with you. That's another. Oh, look at this house. Fancy. Let's head up here, this way. And I think I got a super chat. Yeah, thank you, TY. Thanks so much. You always enjoy my channel. Thank you. Thank you. Why we don't see kids playing in residential area? Because it's too late. Basically, after dark, you rarely see kids playing outside in Japan. Thank you, Faris. See you next time. Oh, here's some land for sale. Or it's already been sold. Okay, now they're kind of developing it. If you're interested, you can contact this number. I think we're heading this direction. I don't know. I'm really kind of just playing it by ear right now, but I think, I have a pretty good sense of which direction we are heading. So I guess we're heading downhill and then uphill again. This is also a nice little scene that I want to keep. So, yep, we are. Yeah, It's okay, we can go down here. It's so silent. Yeah, it is silent. Are people still working? No. Most people don't work at 8. Some do, certainly. Some poor people has to do overwork and work at 8 o'clock in the evening, but most people don't. But yeah, Japanese residential neighborhoods are just very quiet. In Japan, you're supposed to make as little noise as possible. So yeah, the streets are very quiet. Let's see if we can get some. Yes, Futako, Chofu, 5丁目. So we are in Chofu now. Here's a school. It's interesting how many people associate evening walks with horror and scary. Like, to me, it doesn't feel like that at all. To me, it's just like peaceful and comfortable to walk around at night like this. But yeah, maybe only in Japan. Here you hear someone watching TV though. But Chofu, like I said, is one of the fancier neighborhoods in Tokyo, in the outskirts of Tokyo, but still a lot of wealthy people live around here, and some of the houses are pretty crazy. Let's uphill. No people outside. Yeah, that's true. Not many people outside. Yeah, good cardio tonight for sure. Lots of uphill and downhill. That's good because I just had a pretty solid sushi meal just before the stream started. Yeah, definitely. We walked from over there downhill and then uphill again. Thank you, Fungus. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, a bit of activity in the super chat. Thank you so much. Question is, where do I head now? Not another downhill. Feels like I need to go up and down all the time. Let's try to walk this way. I'll probably walk around 10 kilometers tonight. Not that far, I think. Maybe. But I think today's step count is gonna be relatively low, actually. Kimchi natto time, yes. Always, whenever Fungus is in the house, he is the big contributor to the fungus, to the kimchi and natto fund. T, do you have a bike? Yes, I do. A bicycle, that is. Not a motorbike, but a bicycle I do have. Don't use it very often these days, though. Up, up, down, left, right, B at start. Yes! Yes! If I input that code, I will get superpowers. I can fly back home. This part of town is very hilly. Lots and lots of ups and downs all the time. Let me check the map. Just because the streets, I mean, look at the way the streets are laid out. It's just a very, confusing pattern. Basically, I'm heading towards Chofu, so I am heading this way. Great, we're almost there.スウェーデンに帰ったら車を買いますか？わかんない。買わないと思いますけど、もしなんかちょっと田舎の方に引っ越したら車が必要かもしれない。でも僕も妻も街の方が好き、田舎より。So I was asked if we are planning to buy a car if we move to Sweden, and it really depends on where we live. If we live in a big city, or if we live in a city, I don't think it's necessary. But if we live in the countryside, you might need a car. But personally, I prefer to live car-free. You would like me to walk up the hills in Tama city? Yeah, Tama is pretty hilly. Wow, this is a nice view. Here we have another pretty gorgeous slope, actually, with a nice view of Tamagawa on the other side. Let me snap a few more photos here. I'm pretty sure this should be facing that should be Tamagawa over there in Kawasaki city, but I'm not 100% sure. What exactly made you start doing walkarounds? I kind of wanted to preserve, like me and my wife has been talking about moving back to Scandinavia for quite a long time, and I kind of wanted to preserve some of my favorite places and areas of Tokyo. So I basically just started recording them for myself. In the beginning, this channel was more like 4K videos with no talking. And then pretty much exactly a year ago, I tried live streaming for the first time. And that was a lot of fun. And I've been doing it almost daily since then. So yeah, that's the short version. スウェーデンでは日本車で走ってますか？ああ、そうですね。あると思います。僕はあんまり車は全然興味ないし、詳しくないけど、でも多分日産とかトヨタとかはありますよね。世界中にあると思います。Thank you, Dimi. Thank you, Dimi. Moving time back to Sweden. Yeah, not anytime soon, but we've been planning to move to Sweden for a long time, and hopefully we can do it within a couple of years. Should get sponsored by a Swedish or Japanese 5G provider. Yeah, or even 4G. My streams are mostly done over 4G. I wish Rakuten could reach out and sponsor my channel. That would be great, because they're the ones I'm using, and I'm actually extremely happy with Rakuten Mobile. They are by far the most stable cell phone provider in Tokyo when it comes to uploads. They're not very good at for uploads. They are leaps and bounds better than... I'm lost. Need to check the map. Okay, we're kind of on the right track. We'll go down here and then turn to the left, and then we will be pretty much straight in front of the station. I'm guessing cost of living would be similar in Japan and Sweden. I think it's more a matter of where in Japan and where in Sweden you would live. But yeah, it's kind of in the same ballpark, I would say. If you're comparing the capital of Sweden with the capital of Japan, we're roughly in the same ballpark, yeah. Some things are cheaper here, some things are more expensive here, but overall it's not that big of a difference. 電車府立派な家があるな。そうですね。立派な家結構ありますね、この辺。Yeah, this area has a lot of fancy big houses. And to those of you who aren't used to like what Japan looks like, maybe the houses here doesn't look that spectacular, especially if you're comparing them with how big the houses are in places like the US or Europe for that matter. But generally Japanese houses are way smaller. So when you see like a Japanese house that is as big as an average house in Sweden or in the US, yeah, then you know that the owner has cash. Like this, for example. This is by Japanese standards, pretty big house. By no means huge, but bigger than average. Japanese houses are tiny, yeah, and definitely these days, like, you know, you see plots of lands that are like 70 square meters. That goes for crazy amounts of money, and you know, if the land is that small, yeah, you have to build a small and skinny house on top of it, and that's kind of like the land sizes that I would say that most middle class families in the Tokyo region could ever expect to afford. Like anything bigger than 100 square meters in terms of land size would be very big and very expensive. Yeah, I almost forgot we have this beer. I think once we get down to the station, there will be a good place for the beer. So now the question is, for how long have we walked? We walked for an hour and a half. So question is, should I just have the beer as a part of this stream, or should I end this stream once we reach the station and do a Patreon only beer stream? Let me think about it a little bit longer. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. That's again, that is Musashi Kosugi down there. It's like a wall of high-rise buildings, and also 16% slope. Let me check the map again, because I think, yeah, of course I did mess things up a little bit. I should head this direction. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, I think I will make the beer stream, a Patreon only beer stream, because I felt this stream I was not really able to check the chat at all, and it was also a lot of people, very high activity, and that makes me a little bit stressed and uncomfortable. So I prefer to have a quiet little cozy beer time with my loyal supporters. Also, reflection reveal. Need to check the map again. I'm really lost here. The street, this neighborhood is like a maze. There's actually a little park down here. Oraikon. Maybe that's a good place for the beer. Yeah, 566 people watching now. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot for a Monday night stream. Thank you everyone for joining me. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this little night work. And if you do, if you want to show your support, then join me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. Then you will be able to have a beer with me once this stream ends. Are we on the right track? Yes, we are. Ah, here's the park. Perfect. Thank you, Ray, for posting the link to the Patreon. Yeah. That's where you can join me to get access to the beer stream, which will start in less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. I found a bench too. Perfect. Maybe down here. This park must be super nice in the daytime. It's nice at night too, but it's a little bit, yeah, difficult to see what's actually going on. But yeah, look at this. A little lookout point, viewpoint with a pond and some reflections. Perfect. This is where I will have my beer. So I will end the stream now. Thank you so much for joining me from Futako Tamagawa to DJI Chofu. I hope you enjoyed this quiet night walk. And again, as soon as this stream ends, I will do a Patreon only post-walk beer break. So all of those of you who are supporting me on Patreon, I will see you very soon. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. Hejdå. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen. And thank you, Jenny. I don't know if I managed to thank you for the super chat, but yeah, thank you. Great.